Class is assessing. What's up, people? This is Professor Ganymede. In this video, I'm going to be analyzing some more pro high-level Ana gameplay, and we're actually going to be doing a analysis of Gale Adelade. He right now he has just been picked up by TSM, but he before this was considered to be by many people the best non-pro Ana in the US, if not the world, one of the best. So what I want to do is play this game and see what we can learn from him. So let's break it down. See, it's 2-2. So this was actually a really close game in general. He does he misses that grenade at the kill. Yeah, that happens. It's gonna happen. Now I like how he actually positioned himself on these stairs. That means if someone starts to shoot at him, he could very easily drop in and out of line of sight. He actually prioritized getting the anti-grenade on the enemy. You'll see that very clearly of many Anas. And you'll notice that he actually is very close to his team, based on, and that allows him to hit his shots unscoped, which increases his map awareness. Now he does miss that grenade because someone stepped in front of his grenade. And again, that happens as well. But those kind of sleeps he got on the Lucio is going to allow him to secure the wins here. Now look at his positioning near this wall. You'll see that he's cutting himself off from certain angles, just again making sure that the only people that's in his line of sight is the people he wants to heal for that particular moment. He just wanted to heal that Reinhardt, and now he actually tosses the nano on the soldier, and once he notices that his team has advantage, he pushes in. He calls for a team to push in, and then he pushes in himself, gets the grenade on the enemy, and they're able to close out that team fight there. So these are basic callouts. There are a number of basic callouts that every player uses, and once you actually know what the callouts are, then they're pretty consistent. Like the pros and the top 500 players, they aren't doing anything amazing with their callouts. They're just using the callouts consistently. Now they call out the left side that they're coming in. He made sure he got the he did get the anti-grenade on the enemy, which made that team fight just really a lot easier to heal. A lot easier to win. Now he moves over to the Zarya, and you notice how the way he's AD spamming. He's not just pressing. Yeah, like if you were to slow this down, you notice he's not just pressing AD. He's like AADD, AAAD. So it's more random, just pressing AD. That means that his movement's gonna be less predictable. He selects someone that's gonna delay the enemy's push, and then he also hit 3 people with his anti-grenade. That's also gonna delay the enemy team's push because they really don't want to be going into a team fight with half their team anti. It's gonna put them at a huge disadvantage. Now he is gonna get hit by the graviton here. He does try to throw out the sleep dart. Though Zarya had the personal bubble to block that sleep dart, he did get the grenade on his team. It just wasn't enough to block a nano plot to mine with a few other ults. Now, one thing that could have been that you could note is that he could have avoided that graviton surge, or that gravity well, whatever you call it, Zarya's ult, if he had been, actively trying to dodge it by just being aware that they had it. So just something to keep in mind. So now he moves in, he gets the nano on his Reinhardt, and he actually planned that out, that he was going to go nano his Reinhardt. And you notice that the Lucio is pretty much speeding the Reinhardt around. So it's basically like the old nano, but just the nano is just not quite enough to win the fight, especially since I believe his ally Lucio dropped the beat early in the fight before the fight actually got there. It just wasn't enough, and especially the enemy soldier actually used visor in response to that. So there's a bunch of ult flying around. He just called out the Roadhog, missed the hook, get some shots on him. He moves behind this pillar. Knows his positioning in this entire fight. He's actually able to get the grenade on most of the team. Get the essential sleep dart on that charging Reinhardt. Reinhardt is actually one of those heroes, and when he's charging, he was just most easy to sleep dart. When he charges, and also directly after he ults, he's a very easy to sleep dart, and is also very high value to get the sleep dart on him. So now he's going to move behind this pillar, just help his team clean up here. And get the grenade. He does get the nano out because he's pretty much sure this is the last fight. Tracer is on him. He actually asks for help and tries to use his pillar to line of sight, but Tracer is Tracer. Tracer is Tracer, guys. Tracer is Tracer. Oh man, they got the hammer down. Nice. And they actually do win this. Alright, so what I want to do here is I want to play another match that he had earlier, another round that he had earlier in this match. It's on the same map. This is actually another really closer, and just notice the consistency. This is actually really funny. So he throws that grenade to try to hit the enemy with the anti, but then he actually gets hit by the fire strike, which is the contrast where in the last one he missed the grenade. But dodged the fire strike. So now look at his positioning. He's moving behind this pillar so he can get easy heals to the Reinhardt. Notice how he chooses to unscope when he's shooting at a high or a large target like Reinhardt. So I want you guys to pay attention to his positioning and also when he chooses to scope and when not to scope. He actually does, again, move with his team a lot. When he's unscoped, it does give him a lot of map awareness. He's able to look around at his surroundings far easier than if he was scoping in all the time. And of course, the better your aim gets, the more often you're going to be able to shoot your shots unscoped. And that is actually the better advantage if you can actually do it safely. So he moves here, just going to get the general healing on his team. He does get the grenade on his allies after they get Earth Shatter, but the Earth Shatter is pretty much going to win the enemy team the fight if they collapse on it. Mercy is going to come in with the res here, get the 4-man res, and then I believe Zarya is going to get her ult off, combined with the Genji Blade. So this fight was pretty much unwinnable with all those ults from the enemy going down. But one thing to notice is that the opportunity presents itself when the enemy team uses so many ults, because now you notice that his team has 3 ults. So they'll be able to use those 3 ults to do a coordinated push into the enemy team, and they should have ult advantage on this next fight. Now, it's sad that Roadhog and that Mercy staggered like that. Like, you definitely don't want to do that. So that staggering even happens in these high-level games, but they're there and be able to wait for their team. Notice that they do, even though that 2 of their allies staggered, they do not go in 4v6. They actually do wait for their team, and they're actually going to be coordinating here with this McCree. That's actually his dual partner, Calvin. He calls him Calvin. I don't know who he actually is. He does get the nano on that McCree, and then the grenade on this Lucio, and the sleep on the Reinhardt. So this is actually really clutch, the way he was able to land all his cooldowns, especially the sleep on the Reinhardt. Reinhardt, when he's charging and directly after he uses his ultimate, is one of the easiest targets to hit sleep darts on, and also one of the targets with the most value of hitting a sleep dart on, because he can do so much when he's close. So if you want to actively slave your sleep dart for Reinhardt, that's actually a really good plan, because, man, really high value. Now he's notice positioning here. He's actually going to move out of line of sight of the enemy, but inside of his allies, blocking, choosing the angle in which he is revealing himself, and when he just wants to heal, he's going to cut off the angle from his ally and make sure, from the enemy, and make sure he's only within line of sight of his allies so he can just heal them. And then he's able to survive that push and move back in to collapse on them. That was really, I really enjoy when they choose their positioning based on what they want to do. If they want to heal, they'll pull back and only look at their allies and make sure they're not revealing themselves to an enemy. If they want to hit a grenade or a sleep dart, then they'll reveal themselves. Now, he actually is trying to hit a sleep dart here, because he knows that the sleep dart, it's a very long crowd control, and it will delay the enemy by a lot. So he does throw the grenade. He gets that grenade on the enemy, I believe, or does he just hit the Reinhardt? No, he does get the grenade on. I think that's his Roadhog. And then he moves, but notice his positioning right here. He's moving, he's just playing back, and then he chooses the scope for a little bit there. He does get the grenade on his allies, but they were, instead of throwing that anti-grenade at the Roadhog, but Roadhog's by himself, they're able to very easily pick that up. Now he's gonna pull back and see what he does right here. He's gonna coordinate with his McCree again, I believe. He notice the ultimates. They have Zarya ult, they have Reinhardt Earth Shatter, they have McCree high noon. Let's see how they play this here. So he immediately gets the ult on his McCree, and then Reinhardt drops the Earth Shatter on the enemy team, and he's able to get the very easy anti-grenade on the enemy team because they were all knocked down. And that's one of the things about Ana and Reinhardt, is that they have very good synergy, in that if you have your grenade on cooldown, then your Reinhardt can actually be more aggressive than he usually could, because that grenade is basically a lifeline for him. Like, not only is it allow him to charge in, and then you can heal him up and pocket him, but also allows you to, you know, get a great anti if he drops the Earth Shatter. So if you are actually in a dual queue with the Reinhardt, or maybe you're just in a game, try to coordinate with the Reinhardt Ana as Ana, because they synergize very well with their entire kit. You can protect Reinhardt, you can allow him to be far more aggressive than he normally can by himself. So that was Gale Adelade. He has been recently picked up, I believe, by TSM. He is top 500 Ana player. Was considered, before he got picked up, one of the best, by many people, the best non-pro Ana player in NA, if not the world. So hopefully that was helpful to you guys. This has been helpful for me. Thanks for watching. This has been Professor Ganymede. Class dismissed.